God, I love this group. I was the mother that got pregnant in high school. And I know my daughter and I have healed a lot, but I just hope that in her lifetime she has the depth of the healing that you had, because that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. I'm going to give my talk, and then there's a little something that's a completely separate subject that I want to talk about at the end, so don't consider it too disjointed. Last month I talked about happiness and the things that we do inside to help us find happiness. And when I think of transformation, happiness is one of the big things. So I want to talk about external things we could do to help us transform. I thought back over my life and the things that I really excelled at and how much I had to practice and work at it to do it well, whether it was playing piano or getting the grades in school, how much work and time I put into that. And then I was trying to think, how much work and time have I put into being happy? And I got to tell you, the one list was really high and the other one was really, really low. And my sister and I used to joke about we didn't know where joy had gone. And then we talked about, did we even know what joy was? And so it was really great because we were talking about this in class yesterday, about what is happiness? What did it feel like for each of us? And it had some wonderful answers, but the one that was so cool was the number one answer. The one thing that everybody, I think, mentioned was connection. To take the time to somehow connect with people. To do that in your everyday life as a matter of, not even just a habit, as a matter of a lifestyle. To do these things so that you have this happiness lifestyle. So you show up, but then what do? Think for a moment in your own life. How do you connect? Do you connect with clients? Do you connect like Maggie connected through her classes? She made a difference because she took the time to bring something that she spent money, spent time, spent hard work on learning, to come back and be, like Tim says, a conduit. And then to be the conduit for the information, but to bring her energy and her heart to help everybody make the connection. To really feel that and to help them connect with themselves. There were so many good comments about your classes and the heartfelt experiences that people had. And that connection is so evident, the heart opening and the pain releasing that people were sharing. Jenny makes that connection when she cuts your hair. So take a moment and think, what are the things you do in your life? Tamara does it with the breast classes that they do and the lactation and helping everyone with that. Jenny did it when she did all her grief classes. We all have something that we do where we interact with people, even if it's only at the grocery store. Looking them in the eye, seeing the truth that they're being, making a connection with your kids, listening to them, taking the time, but to work at it. And at the beginning, you have to make it a conscious effort. You have to leave Post-it notes or you have to remind yourself. But to really start appreciating the essence of who and what we are and what we bring. And when you connect, one of the most important things that the world needs is to be heard. The gift of listening. When you listen and somebody's heard, they're going to feel better. And they're going to learn that there are different ways of life, there are different ways of feeling, different ways of enjoying, and how happy it's made. I know I want to want wine sometimes, and without being reminded of all the things I should know, and have somebody that'll just listen to that and let that be okay. To just listen when we have things that are good and they rejoice with us and everybody's happy because something good happened to you. To listen and to hear more than just they're talking and it goes in one ear and out the other. But to make it a mindfulness practice, this connecting, the hearing, the sharing, the being together. How important that is. How important it is to have fun. I always had trouble having fun because life was so serious. Maggie was my role model. You can dance anywhere, you can laugh anywhere. When she used to do like the laughing meditations and you'd force yourself to laugh, but then it got so it felt kind of good. And it was like a rusty tool or skill that I hadn't used in a long time. I'd laugh at something was funny, but she was laughing for the joy of laughing. I had never done that, to just go out and really laugh because it felt good and get the stomach involved and the diaphragm involved and be feeling and knowing that. To make time in our lives to have fun. And that's along with enjoyment, to enjoy the moments, to be in the now, to appreciate. These are all things that are easy to do and they're free to do. But do we take the time? Do we stop and smell the roses, so to speak? Do you go out and look at the flowers or hug the trees or take a moment to run up to the lake? It's only a few minutes away. To run up there and just look at the eagles or to watch the water or just take those moments at a time because we're worth it and because it's important. If you had a test to study for, you'd make the time. Think of this as something that you need to make time for. And I'm using need because we do need it. Our soul needs it. We thirst for those kind of things. We feel incomplete. We need all of that. And it's so easy up here. We live in paradise. We've got the beauty and we've got nature and we've got good people and we've got love. How could you not heal up here? How could we not learn to be happy if we really want to be? To listen to the music, the jokes, the laugh, like the family production that we do. It's all about the sharing of the laughter, the sharing of the pain, the sharing of the thoughts, the sharing of things that we make a difference. That's where contentment and peace come. And a lot of them shared yesterday that happiness is contentment. Happiness is being in peace. Happiness is being okay in this now moment. Being okay with who we are and happy in our own skin. All of these things are so important. But I think one of the most important things is gratitude, but gratitude for what we bring. You know, you do gratitude for the little miracles that happened, and we do gratitude because the bills were paid or that the car got taken care of, or I was grateful I got new tires before the tread came off, what you did when he took the tire off. So I got right into there to that last 50 miles or so. But more than that, when you're out doing these things that help bring happiness to yourself, that helps you bring your peace and contentment and connection, be grateful that you were able to feel that. Be grateful that you were able to show up and share it. That you were so in tune with yourself and the divine that it was okay to love somebody. It was okay to be vulnerable and share yourself like John did. Imagine how safe we are that he could get up and share that.
Wow.
Just think of that. How our hearts had to be open to make that safety and the love that everyone had to give so that people can get up here and share week after week and be okay with it. And know it won't be ridiculed or put down or why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that. But that they're going to just appreciate and share the gift and be able to connect to it or relate to it. It went straight to my heart. And they do all the time. Everybody's spiritual thoughts connect somehow. The talks connect and they make a difference for me. I don't feel alone anymore. When you're in a group like this and we're working together, then you're part of a group. You're part of this tribe. We're not the observer just watching the world go around because you were so afraid to touch anything, or you had to protect yourself so much, and how could you be happy in the middle of all that because you were so closed down? You have permission here to be a loving, wonderful being. But be grateful that you're doing that. Be grateful for you. That's not arrogance. That's not pride. I don't want to go somewhere and have a life review and say, well, you know, this whole thing failed because you didn't do this. Or something that I really wanted to happen didn't connect because I wasn't ready. Know that when you have these connections and you have this, it's a divine appointment. We are all divinely guided to help each other, to love each other, to talk each other, if we'll do it, if we'll allow ourselves to do it. To show up, to be, to connect, to accept, to open your hearts, to love, to not be ashamed of who you were or what you did, because we all did it in some form or another. We all did it. We've all done hateful things. We've all done things we wish we could take back. We've said things, we've hurt people. We've all done that. So in this sharing, we all become free. It's no longer this hideous poison that's there. And this is a group where you can share. That's one of the most important gifts there is, to be able to know that people understand, that people care, that people love you no matter what you've done or who you've been or any of that. That the past doesn't matter. All that matters is who and what we are in our beingness in this moment. The future doesn't matter. This moment is perfection. Yeah, there are things that aren't too cool. I mean, we'd like the carpet to be in better condition. We wish the ceiling wasn't falling in. But does that matter? In 10 years, are we going to think about that? No, but in 10 years, we're going to remember the moments that counted. We're going to remember the love that John shared and the trust he showed in sharing that with us. We're going to remember the laughter and the fun that we had and the jokes that we had and the camaraderie. That's what we're going to remember. We're going to remember the essence of all of us and what we've built together. So when you go out this week and this coming year, what can you do that day to make a difference in the world, to bring that peace and that contentment and that happiness to be alive? Focus on those now moments. Focus on yourself and what you're bringing. Sometimes you only have to be there. You've got an energy field full of who and what you are. People feel it just by walking by you. You can heal millions just by walking, through a mall, through a city. It's that easy to do when we allow ourselves to let ourselves be love. Love unfolded. To be that and to be honest with ourselves that we do like being that. It's a good thing to be. It's a happy thing to be. To share, to connect, to love. It makes all the difference in the world. So keep that in mind. And we hope that Maggie brings some more stuff in the future. Her Diksha is open on the 2nd, is that Friday night? Come share that love. Come share that blessing. Those are the gifts that we give each other to help each other, to bring us together. Allow yourself the gift of those experiences because you deserve it. We all deserve to be loved. And if we will allow it, we all can be loved. The God that is in all of us. All you have to do is look into somebody's eyes and see it. And that moment is a connection that you'll remember forever. Those are the good memories. Those are the things that matter. Those are the things that make a difference. So pretend you're cramming for a test and make some appointments with yourself and really focus on the now and what you're bringing to the table. Thank you. I talked about this in class a little bit yesterday, and I want to talk about it today because it came up when Angie and I were talking about how tired he got at Anton, how hard it was being around, and I know so many times in service industries and places you're just drained. And I want to talk about the prayer of protection. We say it every week. Do we do anything with it? Just think about it. Have you done anything with it? Have you made it yours? Have you embodied it? Have you made it individual? So, the light of God surrounds me. Have you done that? Whatever the light looks like. It could be a color, it could be white, whatever that is. Have you surrounded yourself with it under you and above you, knowing that it protects you? It's like a pillar wherever you go. The love of God enfolds me. I see that as a beautiful, all kinds of pinks and magenta colors, and it just swirls through me like a marble kind of thing. It's wonderful, but have you brought that in to make it you, to make it permanent? The power of God protects me. Do you recognize that this light and this love all around you and in you is real? And that it does protect you? The presence of God watches over me. Do you realize that all of this is God watching over you? It's all around you. It's real. It protects you.